am a 30-something-year-old realtor from Greenville, North Carolina. This is my 5th year in real estate and my first full-time year as a real estate agent. I want to share a story with y'all of how I got my last client. I don't usually do open houses. I'll do open house if I have a listing. I'll do that for my clients. But I don't normally do open houses. But I did open house for one of my listings on one Saturday, and I just felt momentum. So I was like, let me search the MLS to see if it's a listing that just came on the market so I could do an open house tomorrow because I didn't have anything planned the next day. So I did. It was a brand new listing, just came on the market. Beautiful home, beautiful neighborhood, so convenient to like amenities, shops, everything. So I contacted the listing agent. I said, hey, do you mind if I do an open house at your listing tomorrow? And she said, let me contact the seller and I'll let you know. So she contacted the seller, got back with me. The seller said it was fine for me to do an open house at her home. I did an open house. I always have an agent, right? So I did the open house, and lo and behold, everybody that came through the door had a real estate agent. Everybody was already working with the real estate agent, but people wanted to put an offer in on the property. So I said, okay, well, get your agent to put an offer in and submit it to the listing agent, and hopefully one of you guys will get the house. But like some families stayed at the open house 1 and 2 hours. I lie to you not. So the next day, um, the agent, the house went under contract the next day, and I was like, oh my god, I wonder which family got the house. So one of the families that came to the open house, of course, they took my card, and one of the families that came, they called me, and they were livid. And she said, the house is under contract. And I said, did you get it? And she said, no. She said, we didn't get it. She was like, our agent never submitted our offer in writing. She only submitted it via text. And you know that if you don't submit an offer in writing, it's as good as none, right? So they didn't get it. And they didn't put any due diligence money down. They were just putting earnest money down. So that was another factor. And I said, oh my God, I am so sorry. Like, that hurt me because, they really wanted the house. And they could have had that house if the agent had put the offer in. Um, and I said, I'm so sorry. I said, I hate that for you guys. She was like, this is not the first time it happened. Our agent, she does this to us. I don't think she put our offers in, and that's how we lose these houses. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. I said, well, next time, your agent put an offer in, make sure you put in due diligence money down because due diligence money ring bells. And because it's non-refundable, so if you're going to put earnest money down, just take half of it and put towards the due diligence, and the other half to put towards the earnest, just to show the seller that you're serious. And she said, oh, okay, I will take that into consideration next time. And she was like, but me and my husband, we're just not happy. And I said, pray about it, and the next time, maybe the next house will be yours. And she said, you're right. And that's how we got off the phone. I told her, again, I was sorry. Um, but no, let me know if anything I could do for y'all in the future, and I pray that y'all find the house that you love. So we got off the phone, and that was what I thought was it. But later that afternoon, she called me back and she said, "Hey, Jackie," and I said, "Hey," and she said, well, you remember the agent we were telling you about that we had? And I said, yes, ma'am. And she said, well, we fired her. We terminated our agreement with her and we want to hire you. And I said, huh? She was like, yeah. She said, because, we keep losing houses. It's not something that we want to do. She was like, and we love your vibe. We love your spirit. And something about, you just attracted us and we want to work with you. We signed an agreement that day and they became my clients. And after that, I lie to y'all not. That week, we were under contract with a beautiful home. A beautiful home. And they were ecstatic because the home that they got was so much better than the house that I had the open house with. Both of them were beautiful, but it was just the house that they got was so much better. And it was less. It didn't cost that much. So, well, it cost a good amount, but it didn't cost as much as the open house. So I told her, I said, I just believe everything happens for a reason. And she said, when we met you, you kept saying that. And I said, I believe that. Like, I wholeheartedly believe that. And she said, well, there was no coincidence that we showed up at your open house, and you don't usually do open houses. She said, so I just believe that God placed us on your path. She said, so that's why we're hiring you. So I said, oh my God. I said, I appreciate y'all. And we have really been like that ever since, because after they closed, actually, I went to their house. Like, we family now. Like, I tell all my clients, we literally are family after we close a deal. So we that's how I got my last client. So I want to tell you guys that if you're in business and you're not getting the clientele that you think you deserve, when I tell you, when you align with God, God strategically places people on your path for you to work with. He does that. Like, I've never paid for leads, none of that. Not saying there's anything wrong with it, because I'm not opposed to paying for leads, but I've never done that. And although, like, I'm not, I don't close 10 deals a month, but I make a decent living in real estate. So when I tell you, your journey is your journey and you have to do business your way, you truly have to do business your way. Don't try to take anybody else's path. Do it your way. And God is going to be with you. So I hope that helps somebody. I will chat with you guys later. And yeah.